I'm 72 years old, and I didn't understand what mattered until the house got quiet and stayed that way. Not the peaceful kind of quiet, the kind that doesn't answer you back. I'm not telling this because I need forgiveness. I don't even know who would give it. I'm telling it because when you get to this age, the past stops feeling like memory and starts feeling like inventory. What's here? What's gone? What never came back? Most mornings now I sit at the kitchen table longer than I need to. The coffee goes cold. I watch the light move across the floor. I think about how many mornings I rushed through just like this one. Except back then I was always late for something that felt important. Time feels different now. It doesn't stretch forward anymore. It presses in. You don't plan years ahead. You notice seasons. You count birthdays carefully. You notice which names don't get called anymore. When I was younger, I wasn't careless. That's important to say. I did what made sense. I worked hard. I showed up. I kept things running. I believed that was love, even when I didn't say it out loud. In my 20s and 30s, life felt like a series of responsibilities stacked one on top of another. Job first, then the next promotion, bills, fixing things that broke, saying after this week a lot, saying when things slow down. They never did. I remember coming home tired and quiet, sitting in a chair instead of on the couch because it was closer to the door. I remember half listening to stories because my head was still at work. I told myself I was providing. I thought that was enough. I missed things in small ways, not dramatic ways. I missed dinners because I stayed late, missed conversations because I was distracted, missed chances to ask questions I assumed I could ask later. Later felt infinite back then. Relationships don't usually fall apart with noise. They thin out. You don't notice it happening until one day you realize you don't know the details anymore. You know the schedule, but not the thoughts. You know the routine, but not the feelings. I didn't fight with people much. That's something I used to be proud of. Now I wonder if that just meant I avoided hard moments instead of stepping into them. The cost didn't arrive all at once. It showed up quietly. A holiday that felt a little shorter. A phone call that didn't come. A pause before someone answered when I asked how they were doing. I thought everything was fine because nothing was on fire. Then my wife got sick. Not suddenly. Slowly. The kind of sick that makes you believe there's still time to adjust. I went to appointments. I learnt the names of medications. I thought being present meant handling logistics. I didn't know I was running out of ordinary days. The day she died wasn't dramatic. No speeches, no final wisdom. Just a room that felt wrong afterward. I remember standing there thinking I'd say something meaningful later. When my head cleared, it never did. After that, other losses followed. Friends moved away or passed on. Family drifted. People got busy with their own lives, like I once was. Calls became less frequent. Eventually they stopped. You don't realize how much of your identity is reflected back to you by other people until there's no one left to do it. There are things now that cannot be fixed, conversations that will never happen, apologies that have no recipient, gratitude that arrived too late to be useful. I can't go back and sit on the couch instead of the chair. I can't choose differently in those moments when I said not tonight. Time doesn't respond to regret. It just keeps going. Some days I feel grateful, truly. I had love, I had purpose, I had people. Other days the gratitude and the sorrow sit right next to each other, and neither one leaves. What surprises me most is how little the things I chased matter now. The job titles don't come up. The long hours don't feel impressive. What stays are faces, voices, the sound of someone laughing in the next room. If you're listening to this, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I don't know your life. I only know what I misunderstood about mine. I thought presence could wait. I thought showing up later would feel the same. I thought love was something you earned by being useful. It isn't. Love is mostly attention. It's being there when nothing important is happening. It's not saving things for a better time. There may be people in your life right now who feel permanent. I thought that too. I was wrong. I don't have much time left. That's not dramatic, it's just accurate. I wake up. I do my day. I notice how quiet it is. I go to sleep. I've accepted that this is the shape of my life now. Acceptance doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It just means I don't argue with reality anymore. If this meant something to you, sit with it for a moment. That's all. I'm 72 years old. I finally know what mattered. I just wish I'd known when it could still hear me back.